that scene where Joe shot Rival dead was almost identical to the scene where Thomas Wayne,
Batman,
the alternate Earth Batman, shot Reverse Flash. Joe actually was our Thomas Wayne. Holy shoot!
Joe is Thomas Wayne. Joe confirmed for Batman.
Nice.
Yo, that's crazy. Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ Hero Bros, Jeremy, and Bears.
What's good?
Bringing you another weekly recap of The Flash Season 3 premiere. Tonight's episode was called Flashpoint. Roll the clip.
After saving his mother in the Season 2 finale, Barry adjusted his life in the alternate timeline. While trying to get to know Iris, he witnesses another version of the Flash going against another speedster named Rival. It is revealed that Barry has been keeping Eobard locked up after defeating him while his parents are alive and well. Eobard warns him that he's only living a fantasy world and that eventually time would catch up to them. While living his new life, Barry finds out that Joe is not fond of him and is against his budding relationship with Iris. During their date, Barry begins to lose memories from his past life. He and Iris separate after hearing about another confrontation between the Flash and Rival. Barry ends up saving the Flash after Rival gains the upper hand. He unmasks the speedster to find that it is Wally. After an awkward conversation, Barry learns how Wally got his powers. The siblings bring him to Ramon Industries, where they find Cisco, who is a successful tech mogul. Barry tries to ask for his help in taking down the Rival. He begins to lose more memories during the conversation. He tries to get answers from Thawne, who tells him that soon enough everything he knew will fade due to the continued use of his speed. He decides to reveal himself as the Flash to Iris, Wally, and Cisco to take down Rival. He finds and brings in Caitlin to complete the team. Barry and Wally team up and confront Rival at the Prescott Saw Mill. He tells him that his real name is Edward Clariss before going head-to-head with Wally. Wally is critically wounded after being stabbed with a metal rod. Barry overpowers Edward, but loses focus after more memories are erased. Edward creates 2 cyclones and nearly defeats Barry. After a motivational speech by Iris, he stops the cyclones and defeats Edward. Joe kills Edward after he tries to attack Barry one last time. He and Joe bring Wally back to Ramon Industries, where they find he isn't healing. Barry realizes that everyone was suffering for his happiness, so he says his goodbyes to his parents. He agrees to let Eobard kill his mother so the original timeline will be restored. Just before Eobard parts, he hints that Barry's life will seem different. He reunites with the West, but finds out Iris is no longer in contact with the family. Edward Clariss wakes up in the middle of the night and hears a voice call out to him. He walks to his mirror to see the word alchemy being scratched onto it. What has Barry done now? What are the consequences brought upon by Flashpoint? Will the team be back together? Will Barry ever be happy? Will we see Jay Garrick? When will we see Dr. Alchemy and Savitar? And what will happen to this timeline's Edward Clariss? Let's find out on the next episode of The Flash. Dun, 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 dun. Boom!
All right. First things first, our initial thoughts, like one word to describe how you felt watching this.
Oh man, one word?
Yes.
I don't know if I could describe it in one word.
One sentence to describe it.
Strange. Oh, one sentence. We have that
Yeah.
one sentence. Okay. It made me feel funny.
I like the version that they told.
I say Flashception.
Nice.
Okay, so we're just gonna hop into the character interactions here. I guess the quickest way we can say is Barry has been living this alternate life for a few months. Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to get cozy with Iris. And how do you guys feel about that encounter? Like it's kind of like their first time meeting ish.
Yeah. It's pretty awkward.
Yeah.
It was super awkward. How did they not grow up together?
Drop this.
He's-
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very
So
different.
he's been stalking, like his mom said, he's been stalking her.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Every day at Jitters.
so weird. And then right after that, he picks up the pace and just goes and sees Kid Flash going versus
The Rival.
Yes. Now this is the thing. I was telling Jeremy about this. It was kind of weird that Barry didn't recognize who Wally was. Like if you were Barry, okay, I'm just saying, not for the sake of the show, I'm just saying if you were him, would you have noticed that was Wally?
If I had his powers?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Barry still has his abilities.
Yes. Most likely.
No.
You wouldn't have noticed? Or no, I'm saying, I'm not asking if you would have cared to notice, but would you have figured out that was him?
Probably not.
No. I would have seen it.
You
Yeah,
can,
think
you
about
can
it.
kind of tell by the voice.
Yeah.
We have outsider knowledge. Like, we know there's going to be a Kid Flash. We know
Yeah.
Jesse Quick is supposed to be a Flash. We know all of this.
Yeah.
So it'd be like you knowing your brother was going to end up being like a billionaire or something. You know this. It's unfair to say, hey, I knew it was you all along.
I guess.
I still feel like I would have noticed. Even discounting like we're the audience looking in.
Yeah,
But it's
just
just-
looking, it's easy. That's easy.
Yeah.
But if you're in that situation, like if some dude wearing a full-on suit, you can't see his face, comes up to you, let's say DJ goes to Jeremy, you're wearing full suit.
Yeah.
He can't see you. Could you recognize each other? Like, you're both wearing suits.
Like see, that's the thing. The way he was suited up, I would have noticed. But it depends on how the suit is constructed. Like I could tell Jeremy in a different suit. Yes, I think because we're basically kind of the same person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you already know someone's physical features,
Yeah.
you can kind of tell, like, especially with Wally's face, it showed like his nose down to his mouth,
Mhm.
and
No, it was vibrating.
but still, like Barry's got super speed. He could see past mirages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's how that works.
I feel like you could see it though. But then again, he couldn't see the reverse
but
flash vibrating.
that just wouldn't make sense because Barry's
Yeah.
faster than Wally. How would he not be able to see through a speed mirage?
Yeah.
But how
Well,
would he, like,
the big
vibrate
difference.
his eyes kind of thing?
Well, if you think about it from the speed force,
Speed force.
the speed force, yeah, if he's that fast, he could see through that stuff. That's
Maybe
just how
he's got
I see it.
The Barry Allen obliviousness where he just doesn't like care
I
to
guess.
look at it.
Eh.
So carry it on from that. Well, we really like went in deep there. Let's see where. Oh, Barry and Eobard there. He's kept him prisoner. This is what I wanted to ask. He went through a wormhole when he first defeated Eobard that
Yeah.
night. Was he still in the same place, or did he take Eobard to some alternate universe and lock him up? What was that? Was that still in the same place? Because he
Yeah.
accessed the speed force for some reason, or is that
Yeah.
just to speed up
Time.
the travel, or did he go back in time in that alternate timeline? I don't get it.
The way I see it, I think he went back in time the first time, right?
Mhm.
It didn't show it. He helped save his mom.
Yes.
And then he went back through the speed force to
Yeah.
go to present time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So to kind of that's where he created the paradox.
Yeah.
I get this. And then basically Eobard tells him because he's doing this, he's living another life. His past life will cease to exist. Have
Yeah.
you seen the Flashpoint paradox film, Bears?
I have not.
Oh, you have. Oh, you gotta watch it. I mean, like, there's so much difference between this and that, but I would say this actually did a pretty good job at creating its own thing.
Definitely.
And then we get the Allen family. Finally, we got to see them happy together.
Yeah.
For the shortest amount of time. Finally, like nothing's bad happening. Nothing's bad
Yeah.
happening. Is that English? And then it changes out of nowhere. Then it kind of just speeds things up. Joe and Barry are not like friends at all because he never grew up with them. Little
Doesn't make any
changes.
sense.
Yeah, I don't like drunk Joe. That was kind of funny when he like picked him up and then brought him to the precinct. He didn't even realize.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I'm here. And he's just not with the whole Barry with Iris thing. And then it jumps forward again. And while on their date, Barry and Iris kind of like separate because obviously, I guess we're going to have to explain that here now. Barry figures out that Wally is the Flash after he gets his ass beat
Yeah.
by Rival. And then he kind of they bring him into the loop. Well, did you guys not think that was weird that they kind of just told him?
Well, I guess they didn't really have a choice, did they?
I guess. But I was like, they really just explained his life story right then and there. He's like, I was racing in a car during a thunderstorm and then lightning struck it. And then I became the fastest man alive. And then where did they go after this? Probably one of my favorite interactions this whole entire episode.
To Cisco's place.
Yeah. Ramon Industries, where he is a big tech mogul. And he knows about, in this timeline, he's helping out the Flash too. So he's always has a greater purpose in each and every timeline. He's a supervillain in one. Or that's an alternate Earth, actually. He's could be a superhero at some point in the original timeline. And then here he's kind of a jackass. I thought he was going to like moonlight as a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that the Flashpoint would like carry on to other episodes like this alternate timeline.
Yeah.
And I thought like they're gonna go deeper into like the backstories of everyone. But how'd you guys like Rich Cisco?
He's kind of a dick, but at the same time, he's still Cisco, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Still has a heart.
That funny part when he walked
Yeah.
into the thing, he's like being such that jackass, and then he goes to shoot the basketball.
Oh yeah. He's like, why are you guys back in here? He freaking misses a basketball right
Yeah.
in front of him. Yeah.
Then what happens after this?
Yeah.
He starts to lose more memories.
They bring in another team member.
Yes. They bring in
Poor Caitlin Snow.
who is an optometrist on this alternate timeline.
Pediatric.
Yes. And she just has no idea what the heck is going on. But Barry decides that they need to come together to stop Rival. So he suggests that they team up.
Yeah.
But he before that, he goes back to Thawne, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they discuss that. And then he's like, oh, you need me in your life type of deal. And we need to fix this right now or else time is going to catch up to us. How'd you guys like that fight between Rival, or Edward, just call him Edward Clariss because he reveals that, Wally and Barry? Why didn't they said they're going to team up, but Wally went one-on-one versus him.
Yeah.
He went classic speedster.
Like, I would have...
He wants the limelight. He's like,
yeah, but
I got this.
If you're Barry, wouldn't you have jumped in, or is that just honor amongst men?
Maybe.
Is that what it is?
Maybe you want to see how well Wally could fight.
It did look like Wally had the upper hand for a little while there until he kind of, got ventilated.
Yeah. But how'd you guys like the fight itself?
I liked it, yeah.
Pretty awesome.
He's pretty crazy, yo. What villain would reveal their real self?
Yeah.
I think it was more of an Easter egg kind of thing.
I know, but still, like, who would do that? They're like, I'm Edward Clariss. I'm the rival.
Because he thinks he's the man. So he's like, I'm going to beat your ass, It's like, it doesn't matter whether or not you know who I am. I'm just going to tell you.
Because story.
No, actually, all Reverse Flashes, or any bad speedster, they've had the red aura except for Zoom, right?
They've all had it, yeah.
They've all had it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say they're using the negative speed force, but I guess Reverse Flash has been using that for the longest time. And then Wally's not healing, and Barry realizes that whole thing was a mistake to try to, do something for his own happiness. So he decides to say goodbye to everybody, fixes the timeline, but not really. And we had to watch Mama Allen die again.
For the third time.
Yep.
And then he trusts the Reverse Flash to bring him back to the original timeline, but it's not exactly how he left it. Iris is not talking to her father. And then we cut to the very ending scene with
Edward?
Yes. Looking at what?
The mirror
that says
Alchemy.
And then boom. It ends.
Was that Edward Clariss?
Yeah, that was Edward Clariss.
He's like, Edward, wake up.
Yeah, because I looked it up here. Edward Clariss is a professor at the university that Jake Garrick attended.
Yes.
He believed he recreated the formula that gave Garrick his speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
yeah. Go ahead.
Jay Garrick's rival or enemy, but I guess they used it for Wally. That's crazy because they mixed Golden Age versus the modern age.
Yeah. They're mixing things up so to confuse us. What were your guys' favorite scenes in this whole entire episode before we start theorizing about stuff?
I'd have to say when the whole team was essentially back together.
I love that. Yes.
Like when we got to see Caitlin come back all in Ramon Industries, and even Joe's there when Wally was on his deathbed.
There's something weird about Wells not being there. Like any incarnation of him.
Oh, that's true.
There's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like something missing. But like seeing them all together in that like alternate timeline, and how he just brought them together was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was missing Joe kind of too, but he did show up at the end there. What else?
That was my favorite part when Joe shows up.
Like at the
old Joe.
And he just shot that dude.
Dad Joe is best Joe.
I like the fights. I like how they had Kid Flash going up against Rival, and he's like handling his own.
Don't call me that name.
I love how they just agreed that Barry was the Flash.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, you're Kid Flash. He's the Flash.
Look at me. I'm Captain now.
Any other favorite scenes? And the Allens, of course. Like we finally got to see them together and not all this horribleness. And Barry actually has memories of them as a grown-up.
And we get to see the mom act as the mom and not be
dying.
dead.
Oh, well, then she died again and then got us all sad.
Yeah.
And I love Cisco. Cisco was he's hilarious, actually, this episode. It's funny to see him like this rich guy, just totally different personality.
I think that's it. Other than that, I'd say the action scenes. Yeah. That's always a given.
Did you guys catch any Easter eggs?
Just the Edward Clariss one. That's it.
Edward Clariss?
I think you wrote down a couple that I just said out loud.
Go ahead.
Reverse Flash mentioned Brave New World. It's a classic novel. He also mentioned Flashpoint, of course. I think that's it. So we haven't really searched up those other things.
Yeah.
We'll probably put it in the post, in the blog post, if anything. But But yeah, that's all I
Since you guys, or actually, Jeremy has seen it, but since you haven't seen it, Bears, I'm gonna hit you with some trivia here. That scene where Joe shot Rival dead was almost identical to the scene where Thomas Wayne,
Batman.
the alternate Earth Batman, shot Reverse Flash. He was like dead on almost before he killed
Thomas
Barry.
Wayne used a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like the brute, like he's like Batman with guns, basically. He just
Because Bruce got killed. Right?
yeah, basically, and then that's what Joe was. Actually, Joe actually was our Thomas Wayne. Holy shoot!
Joe is Thomas Wayne. Joe confirmed for Batman.
Nice.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. That is
Think
pretty
about
crazy.
it. The rod. Remember the Reverse Flash stabbed Barry with the rod.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And then when his back was turned, he nearly killed Barry, but then Thomas Wayne shot him.
It's awesome.
That's crazy. There's parallels.
Yeah, there are.
Oh
I like
my
how
gosh.
they tied that in. That's pretty sick.
I didn't even like look into. Okay, let me look at this really quickly. Brave New World, Volume 1, Issue 1 is a page loading. Okay, so let me actually explain this here. The Brave New World, right? That was referenced.
Yeah.
That's when the Monitors had first appeared. Characters like Jay Garrick, Green Arrow, and Robin were in here. Had something to do with Martian Manhunter, Olmec, and the Flash, Shazam. So it's like a whole entire. Basically, the Monitors, they watch over the worlds, right?
Yeah.
Timeline, worlds, and all,
Yeah.
and they correct any changes that are made. So it kind of pertains to this. Before we theorize, did you see a preview, Bears?
No.
Well, we gotta
I
play
didn't
this.
see Fight Club 2.0 now.
Yeah. Okay, so what did we see in the trailer for next week? Entitled Pterodoc.
What did we see?
You don't remember?
I forgot.
We see that Iris is no longer talking to her father for some reason. Cisco's in some weird little funk. Dr. Alchemy, we see him for the first time. And and basically Barry's trying to find out what exactly changed. Do you guys have any theories as to how this is going to play out? Because Flashpoint seemed to have just ended that first episode. Now it's all about Barry fixing it. Based off of like what we saw tonight, what do you think is going to happen?
Supergirl's not part of the universe.
Oh, God dang it.
Felicity's gonna be there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes.
So I don't know. They gotta figure out a plan. Maybe he's got to get what's his name back, Reverse Flash,
Yes.
to like tell him what's wrong
Yeah.
and or to help fix.
Eobard's a thing now too.
Yeah.
You want
it's
to know?
gonna be a fun confrontation in the future.
You know what
Yeah.
I theorize?
What?
Is that what Barry's in now is a paradox. I don't think he's actually back where he should be. I think he's back in an alternate timeline that was minusculely changed by something, and now he's in another alternate place. Like it's close enough to be where he was.
So it's literally Flashpoint Paradox split into 2 episodes.
Or maybe
They're probably
more.
they're probably
What I
gonna
think
do,
is
they're probably gonna do like another tie-in to the animated movie.
because I think
And go ahead.
that timeline that he dropped him in is
Yeah.
like his little sandbox now, and his minions are Savitar and Dr. Alchemy,
Yeah.
who kind of just make Barry's life a living hell because he kept him in that place for like how many months, right? 3 months or
Yeah.
something like that. He lived in the alternate timeline. Who's to say that he didn't just put him in an alternate timeline? He's about to do the same thing, but now he has a bigger box to do it in. Because that's the whole point of Flashpoint Paradox is to... It was like Reverse Flash could exist in 2 different places at once without altering the timeline. But Barry can't do that same thing.
Yeah.
He alters it because he is the reason. Like he's like the source of how speedsters come to be. I don't think the original timeline's restored because we didn't.
Barry effed himself up this first episode, and now it's Reverse Flash.
Yeah,
It's his turn.
because we know that Savitar and Dr. Alchemy are supposed to provide some sort of terror for this season. Like they're the psychological sort of bad guys instead, not just like physical.
Yeah.
Like they're actually gonna mess with
And
our minds.
Savitar's another speedster, right?
Yes, he's crazy. Have you guys seen what this dude looks like? He looks like Johnny Bravo mixed with Reverse Flash with
Doesn't he
a
have,
mullet.
like, long? Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
ask. Long hair.
Wait, do you know who
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo is, Bears?
course I know who Johnny
Okay.
Bravo is.
Okay.
That's a classic.
Yeah, so that's why I theorize. I don't think that we're back yet.
So you think it's gonna take a bit longer, not just 2 episodes?
Yeah, I think it might resonate through the whole season. I think he's going to be living in an alternate reality. Like, he lived his
Okay.
alternate reality the way he wanted it to. Now Reverse Flash is going to control it.
Okay.
Just this season turns into like a season of sliders. Just like goes from one timeline to another.
And see, this is what's tricky
I mean,
is
that could happen, yeah.
they have to write everything in accordance to this. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean is what is this?
Because this is actually going to be what, like, what is that word? Is that catalyst? Is that what it is?
Sure.
Catalyst.
For the crossover event. Like, it's supposed to start on Supergirl, but what happens in Flashpoint Paradox is going
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah, that
change
word.
everything.
Oh.
And guess what, Bears?
What's that?
They're bringing back Black Canary.
Yay!
Yep.
Like, they're actually bringing
Wait,
her
which
back.
one?
Like Laurel.
Laurel Lance?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're actually
Yay.
gonna rewrite put the character back in because of Flashpoint.
LOL at Guggenheim.
Yes!
Yeah.
Finally! I miss Laurel.
You know
We
what?
were gone for how many episodes, but we miss you.
Yeah.
Everybody give a round of applause to Jeff Johns,
yo.
because since he took the
creative control,
basically of everything that's movie and TV,
DCEU and
he
DCTV.
decided that because they're separate,
Yeah.
then they get to do their own thing.
Yes.
He's finally given the
So
rights to.
They could have their own characters. Like
Yes.
they could have the Batman. They could have whoever
Mhm.
on TV. Nice.
Exactly.
Very
I'm
nice.
guessing this is why we actually have Superman now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yep.
Because he said, you know what? You guys messed it up by separating everything. The multiverse thing is kind of like iffy because like you guys don't want to mingle. So let them be separate. And I am giving the okay to have any characters they want on the shows.
Yes!
That's basically what he said.
Are we gonna have Batman? Can we have Batman?
Yeah, they'd have to kill
it
off
was
the Gotham
mentioned-
show.
It was mentioned in
Yeah?
Supergirl
Man,
trailer.
that show should die. I mean, I know people love it. I do. I understand how
Yeah.
people could enjoy it, but honestly, I watched a couple episodes, and what it seemed to me was just your standard crime drama, but with some familiar characters thrown in there.
That's what my brother was saying. It's just it doesn't even tie into this
Fucking just go
universe.
watch Law and Order.
Yeah, so if they bring in Batman, they got to kill off that show, just so it's not conflicting.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid too. David Mazouz, I think.
I
his
mean,
name is.
they've gone what 3 seasons?
Yeah, I think this is the 4th one.
These are the stories of the victims and the police officers who try to solve it. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, like I feel bad for the kid because he said that like that's what's tricky about Gotham is that I'm not exactly sure when it's set.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
Like
it's
the
present
timeline?
day, but they make it look they make it look old,
Oh.
and it would work if it was old because then Bruce Wayne could grow up to be Batman, and then in the current time he could be part of
That's
that
what
universe.
it is, isn't it? I thought it was like when he was a kid, right after his parents got shot at.
Yeah, but I saw a smartphone, I'm sure, on one episode. So how does that make sense? Unless they had smartphones back then. On the show.
That's what I'm saying. The show just needs to stop. They need to put the idea back in the box.
Yes.
Save it for a rainy day when every other superhero show is not at their prime.
'Cause
Yes.
if you think about it, like, once Batman grows up on this show, all the villains he has to face are like grandpas and grandmas by that
Yeah.
time. So
Sure.
it doesn't make sense. And then guess what? They just introduced doppelgangers on the show.
Wow.
Bruce Wayne has a doppelganger on that show.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce. Oh my god. Oh my
Bruce
god. But yeah, you guys have any other theories? That was my
No.
big one. I
Yeah,
thought, like, I
that's-
think that he's not back home. I think that he's still
I like it.
in a different place.
Yeah.
And
That would make me happy.
so basically, this is after watching Barry. Actually, like, you know how all of us were kind of like he messed us all up because we're like, oh, he finally has his life.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost a lot. He beat Zoom, but he messes it up by making that mistake to go back in time to fix everything, right?
Yeah.
Dude, there was no reason to do it.
Yeah.
This is his consequence now.
Yep.
we're finally gonna get a season where a speedster's not the main villain, or maybe he still is, but at least we get to dive into deeper characters.
Yeah.
And it's different.
Mhm.
It's like finally different. Like he's not facing off against just these super people, but has to face the music and face his consequence.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of interesting to see how it affects the greater DC TV.
It's gonna be crazy. How is that gonna work? Is
I
there
don't know.
crossovers with the Dominators?
Yes, Bears. Tell him who that is.
They're
Bears.
an alien race who are going to invade
Supergirl first.
Yeah, Supergirl first. So I don't know how that's gonna
Ooh.
tie in.
And then they're supposed to hop through the universe through some breach. Breach.
Yeah.
Preach.
And I
And
think this is
that's what's gonna tie all the shows together. Just don't know how Barry's gonna get onto that.
I feel because they travel time and space. I feel like because he messed up everything,
Yeah.
they have some sort of loophole because it has everything to do with just manipulating time, which is why all these things open.
Yeah.
So basically, he opened up. Like imagine someone like Zoom getting through, and then imagine an alien race from an alternate Earth getting through. He
Yeah.
opened up a bigger breach for them to come through.
That's true.
And we're gonna see our heroes fight together by the time December comes around. They're actually gonna like team up, Bears.
Ooh.
Like have you seen any Justice League Unlimited? Either one of you?
A few episodes. Yes.
I want to see that Kara and Oliver, like he mentors her. That's gonna be awesome. Any other theories?
I think I'm all out.
All out?
Yeah.
Who are you, Bears?
I got none.
Nothing? I'm trying to
got
think if
nothing.
I missed anything. Well, what is Felicity doing there? I don't know. She's helping
I
out
think
Barry.
she's trying to just help.
You think she's
out.
gonna die? I mean, this is not the show to
This
talk
is
about it,
her
but do you guys think
episode to
that she's gonna
die.
die?
No, I don't think so.
Felicity's
Not
just being
yet.
Felicity.
Yeah.
Not dead yet. For some weird freaking reason.
I mean, Laurel's coming back, so maybe her days are counted.
Yeah.
Hoping.
We're gonna be. We'll see. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Will you guys rate this episode?
I give this Barry done effed up
Out of
10.
Nice. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but
No,
nice.
I mean it's a good.
A good rating,
Yes.
I'm gonna give this one a capital Ed and little no.
but I give it a 10 cosmic treadmills out of 10.
The standard.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. But yeah, this was a solid premiere. It was way different, like I said. So comic book people or anybody that just knows a lot about that, don't go into it thinking that it's going to be exactly the same. It has to be its own adaptation. That way it's
Yeah.
not predictable.
Yeah.
Because did you honestly, going into it, did you have any idea what was going to happen at all in the episode?
I thought it was gonna be a lot closer to Flashpoint Paradox, but
Yeah.
totally different. I mean, like you stated with the whole Joe and the rival scene,
Mhm.
that's like, they do little hints and stuff, but it's not like full on Flashpoint Paradox.
You people better appreciate that because at least they nod to that.
Yeah, which is good.
It's awesome.
That's everything.
Yeah.
So that being said, you guys go leave a comment down below and leave a like as well if you guys enjoyed. We love to hear what you think about what's going on so far and what you thought about the premiere.
It's about the path over my channel. Just
We're back.
where I got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going on.
Dang.
Awesome in full swing. It's great.
Be sure to check out our movie pilot as well as social links.
Creators go.
Creators Co. As well as social links down below. And yeah, we'll have the blog posts up as soon as possible.
Yes.
They will coincide with these podcasts.
Catch everything. Before we leave, we have everything on there, ranging from all these DC TV shows and Marvel stuff.
Yes.
So go check it all out on there. It's kind of like our little hub for everything.
Yes.
And our videos are on there as well.
Hashtag Kid Flash.
Oh yeah.
There you
Hashtag.
Hashtag buried on messed up.
Yes.
Very done goofed.
There you go. Very done goof. That's
Hashtag
better.
flashback paradigm.
Yeah, Flashpoint Paradox.
Hashtag flashpoint paradox.
And that being said, we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.